Hey, I'm John Hinkle, the senior pastor of First Presbyterian Church. This is your Saturday morning preview of your Sunday morning sermon, which I'm doing on Friday afternoon, mainly because I just finished the sermon. So we, in the season of Easter, if you've been with us, we are continuing to look at Paul's letter, first letter to Timothy. As we've talked about, Paul has come to the realization as his time on this earth is coming to an end that he probably will not be around for the second coming of Jesus. That doesn't mean he doesn't believe Jesus is coming again. It just means that the church needs to know how to be the church while the church waits for Jesus to come again. So that's kind of the tone that Paul has set. Why do we do things in the life of the church? Last Sunday, we kind of talked a little bit about polity. What are the qualifications of elders? But this Sunday, we're going to deal directly with Timothy himself. Paul tells Timothy, I have it lost. Let's see. Hold on. Paul says to Timothy, 4th chapter, verse 12, command and teach these things. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set the example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, in purity. Now, out of context, that may not mean anything to us, but in context, in Paul's writing to Timothy, it means everything. There are people within the church who look down on Timothy because of his age. He's young. Paul even says he's young. And so our sermon this Sunday really is going to talk about the obstacles we face to live out our God-given gifts in the life of the church. Timothy has God-given gifts. Paul recognizes this pretty early on, that Timothy, there's something about him that's pretty remarkable. And that Timothy and the gifts he has can be a blessing to the church. So much so that, Paul makes Timothy his right hand in Asia Minor. Paul mentions Timothy more than any other co-worker that has walked alongside of Paul. Why? Because Timothy has gifts. But it is clear there are people who are whispering in Timothy's ears, yeah, but you're young. The other thing that I think is kind of clear to me is when we hear those negative voices, the other obstacle is us. We become an obstacle to ourselves, meaning we start believing what the negative voices are saying about us. So this Sunday, that's what we're going to kind of talk about. How is it that we overcome the negativities of this world, especially in the life of the church, when it comes to living out the gifts we have to offer? So I look forward to everybody being with us. We're back to 2 services. Everybody had a great time on the spring retreat, but we are back to the 8:30 service and the 11 o'clock service. It's hard to believe we are in the last Sunday of April. May's upon us. Soon it'll be summer. But in the meantime, we continue to look at Paul's message to the church as we wait for Jesus to come again. I hope you have a great day. I hope to see you Sunday.